Gurudev, it is mentioned in the Puranas that in ancient times Akashvani, that is celestial voices, were frequently heard warning people about coming events. So can the voice of God really be heard, or is it just a hallucination? Someone asked this question to Swami Sivananda. The reply he gave is captured in the book Yoga Questions and Answers, which you can purchase from the Divine Life Society bookstore. And I shall retell you the response here in my own words so that the answer becomes easy to understand. So here is what Swami Sivananda said. Akashvani is very much a real phenomenon, but a person needs to have an extremely elevated consciousness and a purified heart and mind in order to hear it. People of Satyug had such a highly elevated consciousness. But in today's Kalyug, the mind of mankind is filled with so many impurities that people cannot hear such a divine guidance. It is beyond the realm of imagination, and so most consider Akashvani as either a hallucination or something deeply miraculous. The four yugas reflect a cyclical pattern of changing consciousness. In Satyug, people's consciousness is at its highest because their mind is extremely pure. But as time rolls by, in subsequent yugas, the consciousness of people falls. In Satyug, mankind's consciousness was so elevated that God himself used to move amongst people. In the Treta Yuga, man's state of consciousness declined. Though God was not constantly moving amongst humans, there were frequent avatars of the Lord. In Dwapar Yuga, people's consciousness fell further still, and only the immortal Brahma Rishis like Narad and Vishwamitra used to move amongst people. Even then, the consciousness was not all that low, and people could still hear Akashvani or celestial voices warning them of coming events. But in the present Kalyug, the consciousness of mankind is so degraded that people do not have the purity of heart and mind to be able to hear Akashvani. Therefore, Akashvani is considered some kind of mythical or miraculous occurrence. In the previous yugas, it was not so at all. Akashvanis used to regularly warn people. Just as we have our government, the celestials also have their own government. Whenever the celestial beings wished to communicate with mankind, they used to do so through Akashvani. Since the people of Kalyug do not have the purity of heart and mind to be able to hear Akashvanis, in this yuga God therefore communicates with devotees mainly through dreams and visions. This is practically the only form of communication with human beings that the divine has retained. So you see, Akashvani is very much real. And if we purify our heart and mind sufficiently and rid it of the ego, we too shall be able to hear it. In fact, one great sage who could hear Akashvani was Swami Vivekananda. Vivekananda once heard the voice of the Divine Mother through such a Akashvani. He has himself narrated this spiritual experience to a disciple, and we shall visit it in the next video.